The Evolution, it was just announced. What can we expect from the all ladies event?
This is going to be monumental. WWE has been really kind of playing the right cards and showing their cards essentially of how much they believe in the women's division in WWE, which this is, kind of been a part of a lot of different sports. We've got Venus and Serena Williams, and we've got, Ronda Rousey herself. She's in WWE now, but she
Yeah.
really kind of got this going with her UFC career. And we've seen a lot of progression over the past 2 years in particular, where the women are getting more opportunities. They're main eventing pay-per-views instead of just being 5-minute spectacle matches. And we're not doing the bra and panty matches anymore. We're getting, women wrestling in the cages, and women's Royal Rumble happened this year, like different things like that. So this is going to be the first ever all women's pay-per-view, and we've never seen anything like that before, which means they're going to put a lot of investment in this. This is going to be basically treated like WrestleMania for the women. We're going to see women from the past show up, Trish Stratus and Lita, probably Beth Phoenix, and a bunch of other people that have made major impacts since they've been in WWE. We got Ronda Rousey probably is going to be heading in as the champion for Raw. Maybe Becky Lynch will be heading in as the champion for SmackDown. They've said that over 50 women are going to be featured. And
wow.
That's a lot to undertake, but you can tell that they really believe in it, so they're going to put their best foot forward.
That's something that I've noticed covering the sites, is that the women in wrestling have come so far since I watched. I can't even remember anyone, if I ever even saw women in WWE when I was little.
Yeah, it's a huge dynamic shift.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's for the better, because it's kind of ridiculous that it took so long,
Yeah. Well, and I also think that, Ronda Rousey, of course, is kind of the poster child for this, because I frequent ESPN a lot and I don't really see WWE at all. But with Ronda Rousey now there, I see things pop up, and of course, I check them out, see, kind of what's going on. It's certainly interesting that there really is that dynamic shift, and I think, Ronda Rousey has a lot to do with that.
She kind of was the impetus for it. She proved that even in a more male-dominated sport like MMA, she was the featured act, and she was a pop culture icon for that time frame, and still is. Not as much, but still is. So they kind of looked at that and said, all right, well, maybe we can actually go with this and invest in it and believe in it a little bit more. And it's had a really strong impact on a lot of different people. And you can even tell with just like the amount of women that are fans of wrestling now. You've gotten people in the past that have been into the whole, like, the drama, Total Divas, E-Network type stuff. But
yeah,
now they feel a sense of pride that it's not just a bunch of catty girls that look like models slapping each other and pulling their hair,
Yeah. And kind of what's interesting is that since Ronda Rousey has left UFC, they really haven't been able to recapture that momentum that she gained for the UFC. Like, I can't even tell you who the last, champion was, but when Ronda Rousey was going through that run, that was the main. I can really tell that she's brought that to the WWE.
I don't remember the last time I've heard of anybody really in UFC that, like, I know Holly Holm, but really doing all that much right now, I don't think. Or if she is, I'm not hearing anything,
I think that championship has just been bouncing around since,
it must be, yeah,
since Rousey had it. But that's so cool that that's happening. And when is the Evolution?
Evolution is supposed to be October, I think it's like the 26th, no, 28th.
Okay. What are the fans' viewpoint of the Evolution? Have they been very receptive of it, or are they kind of hesitant, or what?
From what I've seen, thankfully, it seems like mostly everybody's positive about it. But you still have that core group of people that are, I hate to use the phrase vocal minority, but some people still just do not like women's wrestling, but for the most part, it seems like people are very receptive to it. A lot of people are saying, like, finally. A lot of people are even looking at this as potentially the best pay-per-view of the year, and no matches have been announced for it. so that's really good. They've said
Yeah.
that they're going to have, all the women's titles are going to be defended, and the finals of a tournament that's coming up called the Mae Young Classic, that's going to happen. So they
Okay.
already have some buzz to it, other than just the PR stunt kind of thing. But good amount of people being receptive to it, which is really good to see.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on today. And as always, stay tuned to the Ring Report for all your news, rumors, match events, etc., and more.